We've turned the sod today on the expansion project for the Sunshine Coast International Airport. The new runway, which will open prior to Christmas 2020, will be 2,450 metres long and 45 metres wide, which will enable us to take much larger aircraft, A350s, Boeing 787s, and payloads of around 280 passengers, which is 100 and or so more than we're able to do now. So that will make this a very viable route for more international flights. It's tremendous opportunities around tourism, but commerce generally, both for people flying in and also people flying out. Certainly from a transportation point of view, it's very advantageous to us. From a point of view of exporting, and there's a lot of exporters developing their capacity on the Sunshine Coast where they will need airline delivery, so fast delivery for perishable goods into key Asian markets. So I think there's fantastic opportunities there, not only for our Sunshine Coast local government area, but for 10 or more local government areas to our north, to our west and to our south, who will see this airport as their place of destination for both their constituents and also for their produce. Over the next few months, over 1 million cubic metres of sand from the realignment in the Spitfire Channel onto the Sunshine Coast. It will be transferred through a pipe under this David Low Way and here onto the side to form the foundation for the new runway. And that is, amongst a whole range of other construction initiatives, a key part of that development. They're very focused on ensuring business goes to local contractors, and that makes sense. I mean, we've got people here who can handle the job. They should get the job, and I'm aware that many of those contracts have already been agreed. This will generate a lot of jobs. I mean, the jobs from an indirect point of view will be quite significant, but we've identified around 2,300 jobs directly with the airport expansion and then the ongoing operations of the airport, which is now, of course, in the hands of Palisade Investment Partners. And they're doing a lot of work around route development into the future, both at a domestic level, but more importantly, at an international level, where we will have entree to Asia, to the Pacific, and certainly other further destinations in Australia that we currently can't satisfy. Council has made it very clear in all of our negotiations with the tenderers for this project that providing opportunities to local companies was absolutely essential, and that's why a number of the consortiums, as I understand it, involved local firms very early in the piece in terms of the bid that they put together. I think being here today, the benefit for the media is to see just how stable this site is, given all the rain we've had, and I think that should give everyone great confidence that we've got a good plan, it's going to be well executed, and we will hopefully open before Brisbane Airport.
So today is a fantastic day and very excited, particularly the federal government being able to deliver on environmental green light, designation as an international airport and the $181 million concessional loan. But today the heavy lifting begins, and this really is a terrific game changer project because it accentuates what we're really good at as a region. We've newly minted free trade agreements with Japan, Korea and China. A new international airport allows our best niche produce companies to export to the world. This opens up an enormous amount of opportunity for the Sunshine Coast. It transforms our economy, but in a way that still reconciles with the fact that we are the healthiest place on earth and we have the healthiest produce. And it's going to be through this airport that a lot of that produce gets distributed to the world, particularly the Asian markets. I mean, we know that there's going to be about 2,300 direct jobs through the construction piece. But in terms of opening up the Asian markets for export, the potential is unlimited. It is unlimited. And I've spent most of my business career up in the Asian markets. Let me assure you, what the Sunshine Coast offers in terms of produce is world best. Australia already has a reputation for being the green and the most pure when it comes to our produce, but there's nowhere in Australia that does it better than the Sunshine Coast. We have some of the smartest niche food producers here on the coast. An international airport opens up Asia. And that is why these milestones today need to be celebrated, because we need to continue to attract investment to the coast. People need to know that the Sunshine Coast is going to have an international airport. Now's the time to get ready for that. Now is the time to invest in this region so that we can all capitalise on that. So this is great for jobs, it's great for the local economy, and it accentuates our strength, which has been the healthiest place on earth. This has genuinely been a long journey just to get to this date today. And what a milestone it is. The sod is turned, the heavy lifting will be done, and now we're all looking forward to Christmas 2020.